What is up, everyone? In this video, we're gonna compare Ayaka with Ganyu. Honestly, I didn't really want to compare Ganyu and Ayaka because they're different characters, but people kind of wanted to see what was better because probably from some dumbass leak video said something like, oh, Ganyu's coming back. Is that why? Alright, fine. I'll talk about Ganyu and Ayaka. Things that you need to understand about Ganyu and Ayaka is that they're two different characters, okay? Ganyu is ranged, obviously, and she does have little burst damage only if you have her at C6. If you don't have her at C6, you don't have to compare Ayaka and Ganyu. Whichever one you like more, pull that, okay? So, let's talk about Ganyu. A lot of you guys were shitting on Tectone for saying Ganyu is not a support. Well, guess what, She is a support. She can do DPS and she can do support. If you have her on the field for a long time, then yes, it may look like she's doing a lot of damage, but you're actually losing damage here, okay? Unless the only 5-star weapon that you have by any chance is Ammo Spell, and you have all those shitty weapons for other DPS, alright? If you take a look at her talents, her E will basically get around the mobs. And also, from your Q, if you take a look at it, duration is 15 seconds and cooldown is 15 seconds. What kind of broken piece of shit is this? So, it is not wrong to say Ganyu is support. And odd thing about Ganyu's auto is that she can do charge attack level 2 and it does 218% plus 370% on top of that. So if those two both crits, it's gonna be 588% at level 9. At level 10, that's gonna be 622%, which is still crazy. But if you only use Ganyu on the field, you will not be able to get that melt or vaporize reactions, and she's cryo, so all she can do is reverse melt. That is 1.5 times damage. So, you might have seen some videos doing Ganyu doing a lot of damage here and there, but in a typical situation, she's not going to be able to do that. But what I want to emphasize about Ganyu is that she's really good in open world. For example, if you see something over there, before you go there, you can probably just attack them and kill them beforehand. See? What happened to the slime? They're gone. Like, her multiplier is so crazy that it will allow you to farm the open world a lot faster than, of course, Ayaka. So, a Wondrous Hit with Ammo Spell is the best in slot weapon for Ganyu. If you don't have that, might as well go for support. And she is so broken with her talent like before, you can have no downtime for her Q. So, she's going to help your Pyro DPS to do more damage here and there. And then, let's talk about Ayaka. So, the reason why I said Ganyu is better in open world than Ayaka is because Ayaka needs to go to the opponent, of course. She's a melee character. When you're farming in open world, you're probably going to be using Ayaka or different characters here and there. But when you use Ayaka, it's going to be a little clunky. You know, this is a whole new, cryo version of Mona Sprints. And I really didn't like Mona for that. And it just feels really weird when you use her. The only place where I kind of used Mona for was to get to Geohypostasis place, okay? So, with Ayaka, you should be able to do this too. So, here we go. Okay, let's go. And it just kind of like Mona, if you stop, then you don't use your stamina. But you don't get any recovery as well, so you gotta keep that in mind. Okay, watch this. Take some rest. Do it again. And voila! So basically, she is better Mona when it comes to crossing the river or water. She's basically like Genshin Jesus. She can actually walk on water. Well, if you think about that, Kaya is kind of like Jesus too, but no. Ayaka is the real Jesus here, okay? And moreover, so there is some downside of Ayaka, I would say. The best in slot artifact is probably the Cryo Set. However, if you're utilizing the Perma-Freeze team, then you're gonna be considering this 40% critical rate increase in her stats. So, this is what my critical rate looks like. 30% crit rate with a 276% critical damage. That is not good if you cannot get this effect of Cryo Set. With the full Cryo Set, with the Perma-Freeze team, that's when I'm gonna have 70% critical rate, which is acceptable in my team. So, I would say this build is basically for Spiral Abyss team, and also it's because I don't have enough good artifacts for my Ganyu. So for this comparison video, I had to distribute artifacts in a very fair way. So this is how I would be using Ayaka. And because Ganyu is better when it comes to farming in open world, I'm using Ganyu instead. Well, for the friendship, I'm using Ayaka, but for actual farming, I use Ganyu. You can see me farming with Ganyu, and people are gonna be asking, why aren't you using Ayaka? And I tell them, well, it's because Ganyu is a lot better when it comes to farming in open world. So first, we're gonna do a showcase for Ayaka. Ayaka is very good at doing a lot of damage as a DPS, and also she's very good support. Not even a sub DPS, she's like very good support for a pyro DPS. Here we go. We're gonna go ahead and freeze everyone, and then see how it goes, okay? They're frozen. We're gonna do this. Use Q. There you go. Erased. This is floor 12, by the way. And then, Ganyu is also very good. But it's just that the DPS is more on Ganyu when we're actually comparing C6. But C0, Ganyu, Diluc, Bennett, Xingqiu. Let's see how everything goes, okay? So, let's use Q first. Freeze everyone. If you can. Okay, there you go. Freeze them. Takes a little bit more time, but I'm still doing enough damage. The reason why the first round ended so quick was because basically Hu Tao is also broken, and she's a very, very big burst DPS. Let's go to the next floor. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. Chongus, Mona E. Freeze them. And as you can see, you're gonna see some big damage here and there and consistent crit damage. Because basically, Ayaka is using 4 Cryosit. And then there is Hu Tao. Okay, let's try using Q here. Freeze them. So what I really like about Ayaka is that although she's a sword user, she is able to put cryo to the opponent on demand. That is super big, and moreover, her ult allows pyro DPS to proc melt consistently. That is super nice. Okay, let's use Q here. And then we can use Diluc Q. They ran away. We can shoot them if you want. Alright, and then we can kind of see her burst damage here. Okay. Okay. It's really great. And then we're gonna use her C6. Okay. So, also one thing I need to kind of emphasize is that in order for you to do a big burst damage, then you will need like a C6 Ganyu. Whereas Ayaka would only need probably C2. She does enough damage and she does enough support to make her really great. So if anyone's wondering if they should be going for C0 Ganyu or C0 Ayaka, I would say if you like to make your gameplay a lot better when it comes to Spyro Abyss, then I would say Ayaka better. But when it comes to farming an open world, Ganyu is more satisfying to see that you can actually one-shot all those open world monsters even at like world level 8. So tell me what you think about Ganyu and Ayaka, and you know, let people decide what they want. But basically, although I have given you like the pros and cons for each characters, I would say go for anything that would make you happy. Who the f gives a shit if a character is better than the other? as long as they look pretty in your eyes, as long as they look attractive in your eyes. Dude, this is a game. I know that some of you guys are all into like efficiencies, but to me, I love them both. It was actually heartbreaking for me to make this video. A lot of people asked me to make this video, and you guys, you kind of made me talk shit about my favorite characters. So I feel really bad. But anyways, I've been saying this so many times in my videos in the past, but if a character can do DPS and somehow they can be a support, then they're gonna be very good for a long time. For example, why do you think people talk shit about Diluc? Why do you think people talk shit about Klee? It's because they're pure DPS, where they can't really provide like a support ability for others. Well, yes, with some constellations and here and there, Klee can provide like a defense break, but hey, we don't need that. There are a lot of characters that has those kind of features, and we can also use animal characters to do that. So yeah, there we go. They're both good characters. They're probably worth your wishes, but not $200. But yeah, I hope this video helped you out a lot. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.